Uh, I'm because actually I have done Java development and made some web application. Why I choose Android? Because it is very reactive to like the user interface, and I have done. I just wanted to explore something new, so I just choose since I used to
Voice is too
Java
much
for the
echo. Too
development.
much echo, and
Because your
because
voice is not very clear, because we can't
your
hear you.
voice is echo.
Am I audible?
Keep mic at, yeah.
Am I
No,
audible right now?
no,
You
because
could
you're
keep
not
your
audible.
mic closer. You could keep your mic closer to your mouth, and you'll be audible.
Or you can use the mic from the laptop or phone, right? That is better, I think.
Okay, sir.
Because I think your Bluetooth is not picking up the sound properly. No problem. Don't be
Let me.
phased. These things happen, Vikas.
Okay. I think.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Just remove the cord and try to speak from this machine.
Disconnect your Bluetooth and try to speak normally, Vikas. Sometimes the Bluetooth does not picking up properly your mic. Don't be phased, okay? You want 2 more minutes? You can take 2 more minutes.
Yeah, take it easy.
In the meanwhile, anyone else wants to go in?
Yeah.
Anyone else wants to
Uh,
start?
Yes, sir.
sir,
Yeah,
I'm
Himanshu,
audible.
go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, sir, I am a final year graduate student and I am from the software field itself. I am in the IT branch, and being an IT person, it was expected from us that we should know all the languages like programming language, and at least we should know development in the field of Android or web development. So initially, I have decided to go with the Android development because there are lots of frameworks in the web development. Like we have to know the everything like PHP, JavaScript, and JSPs, and there are also a lot of things like React and other new things. But in Android development, I found it very easy because in this Android development, we just need to learn three things like XML, uh, Java or Kotlin, and how the SDK or Android Studio works. Just these things we have to learn. So that's why I've choose this. About the project which were given by the Deep Thought Education is to make a card of various projects. So when I first saw the uh, task, it was looking very difficult, but I try hard to understand and analyze the project, and then I make it each step by step. First of all, I have made the application splash screen, then main screen, then I design by analyzing all the things and components. I designed the whole project, uh, and yeah, it is all about my overview on the project.
Thank you, Himanshu. Who wants to go in next?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Manish, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir, everyone. Mm, Sir, I am Manish Ranjan. Uh, I am an Android developer. I be, Android development excites me much because I have a Java background and I learned the Android development and build some projects which make my skills strong. And why I Android development makes me very exciting because these solve the real world problem. Uh, the because of Android development, we make we measure the blood pressure and the health related problem. We can make app which recognizes the problem. So that's why I choose Android development programming, because this is very helpful for our world and environment. Next step is what is the task which you provided by me, in in which we have to make an interface by our by our approach, by our approach, and you give a JSON file in which have lots of data, and we have to display on the screen. So I use retrofit and adapter classes, which is used to adapter class is used to adapt the input and uh, JSON files data, and retrofit is the network which retrieve the data, and which I make the interface I make is used to display the data. So this is my intro. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Manish. Who wants to go in next?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have, first of all, good morning, everyone. I have done Java development in the starting and used Spring framework for making REST APIs as well. So I have made multiple projects using all these things. So I just try to learn new thing. Android development comes first in my mind, but I was not able to make new project or any project or Android development at first. Then deep thought comes along the way. So I just went through the assignment, and since I was not able to complete all the tasks, then the task was comprised into two things. Like if you are able to do the task, then you can. But if you are a newbie to the Android development, you can just follow the process, how to install Android Studio, how to run on your system. So I just pick up the task too, since I don't know much about the that task, how to like creating screens or using JSON data for transferring all that. So I just installed Android Studio, and in that process, I just get to know about the emulator and how that Android development, how we create applications regarding that. So I just did that, and I installed Android Studio, and simply I just choose the simple template in that, and I just downloaded the Android SDK. That is how our application will look when we complete our application. Like when we write programs, how that will be operated or how that will be seen on different platform. So I just went through that, and made some simple, like using simple template. I just made that project, and this was all my process. I don't know much about Android development, but I'm just exploring it, and we'll love to do more projects including it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Vikas. Anyone wants to go in next?
Uh, yes, actually, I'm a Spring Boot developer, web developer, and the assignment also I submitted was web development, not Android one. And I saw it is an internship, so I'm willing to learn. And because Android development, if it is a good choice, because there are a lot of Android users than than who browses more. So I'm I'm willing to learn, and I went through how these things I learned about this Android Studio and Kotlin and SDK. And if I'm given a chance, I will learn this. Thank you.
What about the product you are on this assignments?
Sorry.
Yeah. What was your approach? How did you approach the assignment? We
And
want
the
to know.
assignment.
I built that in JavaScript and this by using Spring Boot backend part. So the
Okay.
today
And what do you use for the the parsing of that Java and JSON?
and here and that was in Postman. I give the data, so I checked there, and that is
Did you
worked and used.
did you consume in your code, like you build that the something on, hello? I think Shiva lost the connection. Anybody go next? I
The
think Shiva
meeting is
lost.
disconnecting.
Yeah, yeah. No. So, like, did you consume that JSON in your code? That you implement it in the web scripting language, JavaScript or something?
Is the front end part was the JavaScript, and in Postman in the backend part that JSON object it then if user entered in the form that is done, then that comes to
Okay. Okay. Next.
Mr. Rajendra, we're done with all the candidates. Now you could probably have up to 3 common questions which all the applicants would answer quickly.
Okay. So first thing, like, everybody will tell me, like, what is the MVP, MVC?
is model view controller. The
Mm,
three layered architecture. Views, we write the front end code, we keep them in views, and controller will act as like a mediator. It will take the input from the views and give it to the model, and returns the response to the view. It acts as a mediator, and this model here, database and business logic is done here in the model layer.
You have like any other architecture like you work on that except MVC, like MVP, MVP, M5 or like categorize or something?
No, I only worked on MVC.
Okay. And in that MVC, what is the polymorphism? You
Polymorphism, we can develop a feature that it can take multiple forms according to the situation. In Java, we can
mm,
do this in two ways, by
mm,
overriding and overloading.
mm.
Overriding, here we use two classes. First we do inheritance, then we create a we create same method in the child class, same with the same name, and we change the logic of the method. So it can
What,
behave
what we call that?
overriding.
And okay. And other one?
Overloading, here in one program only we can develop more methods with the same name, but we should give a different number of arguments or different kind of data in them.
And what is the like data types?
Data types in Java, there are like
Anything,
char,
but just common.
int,
What is data
float.
types in? Mm,
Data types that are what kind of data we are storing into a variable. Data types define that.
And what is the custom data type? User defined data types.
A user defined types.
Okay,
Not
what is the
sure.
class and structure? Class and structure.
Class is like a blueprint, which like if like we cannot specify properly it. If vehicle is a class, like we can name of the vehicles like car and bike, we can say that are the objects of that class.
And what is the structure?
Structure, I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. Next, because
Yes, sir.
so I'll just start from here. What is the class and what is the structure, and what is the difference between these two?
So class is basically the collection of named properties and function where we define like class can be in built classes are there in Java. We can make our own classes when we want to define something like for basically for defining multiple properties inside a class. We can create multiple methods according to our need in a class. So that is all about class.
And structure.
Structure. Structure in structure in class, or what is the structure you want to ask?
The struct, there is one different, like one more type of values. Struct. You hear about the struct keyword?
No, so
Or
I
value type, or value type, value type. Something you use in Java, the value types.
no, sir. I heard about abstract, not struct. I think struct.
Struct.
Struct keyword
Okay.
is in
Tell me.
C language.
Tell me the call, the reference type. What is the value types?
Okay, so sir, we can when you want to instantiate a class, we can make a reference variable and value that what we want to assign to that reference variable. I think.
Did you try like sometime like I want to pass the value instead of reference into the Java? Did you find something like this? Call by value, call by reference. You heard something
Yes,
about?
sir. Yes, sir. Actually, we pass call by value in Java, not any reference.
Mm.
Like when we are taking arguments of primitive type, we just pass those value directly. And when just like when we are making a function that takes non-primitive types, like when we are passing the array objects, we just pass a copy of reference of that things. So that is all about. It
If
depends upon which type of argument that function is having.
okay. And what is the difference? What is the interface in Java?
Oh, sir, okay. Interface is a special type of abstract class where, like, you have abstract multiple abstract methods. That should be like overridden by its base class, like child classes. The variables that is defined in interfaces are automatically public and static. You cannot create objects of interfaces or
An abstract class.
abstract class is like you can define you can define normal methods also. You can define abstract method also. You can like abstract method must be it is also same like you must inherit all those methods. It works like abstract classes supports inheritance, so you cannot a single class cannot inherit multiple abstract classes, but can implement multiple interfaces. So
But in which situation we have to create the abstract class instead of interface?
when we want to when we want to also defining normal methods in that, so not just subtract methods, and you can when we try to define different normal methods also, so you can define, or you just don't want to uh, follow the multiple inheritance part, so you can since you cannot you can use abstract classes when you just want to follow the interfaces properties, but as well as accordingly you just want the inheritance, like you cannot uh, inherit multiple abstract classes, I think.
Can I create the object of abstract class?
You can create abstract classes, but you have to override those abstract methods.
No.
But
Can I create the object of abstract class?
It is
no,
Instantiate. Can I instantiate the abstract class?
no, sir, you cannot instantiate directly.
I can or I cannot.
Sir, you cannot instantiate abstract classes. For that, you have to follow like overriding all the
Okay.
stuff.
Now, Himanshu.
Yes, sir.
So what is the final keyword? Where
Sir,
is it also?
final keyword is a keyword which we use in Java programming language. Uh, if we use final keyword, we can't modify a value of a data type which we are declaring.
Can I create class as a final?
Yes, sir. We can create a class as a final. If we created a client, if we declared a class as a final, so then we cannot further extend it in another class. It should be final.
Okay. And what is the difference between abstract class and interface?
Sir, abstract class interface both are different things. Abstract classes, there is a first difference that abstract classes always inherited using the extends keywords, but the interfaces are implemented using implements keyword. And in abstract class, we can use we can define methods with body or without body. We can make methods abstract, or if we don't want to make the methods abstract, we can leave them as a simple method. But in interface, we can provide the body of a method. We can just simply give the name of the method, and all the methods inside an interface is should be a abstract methods. Like we did, and we also don't want to use the abstract keyword in the interface. It will automatically the abstract functions. And
Can I declare a property inside interface?
yes, we can declare a property inside of interface, but we cannot just make a simple methods without like with body. We need to override these methods which we are declaring in the interface in another class, because we can't create a object of interface. It is not allowed in Java.
Okay. And what is the late binding in Java?
Late binding is for the runtime binding, which is used for the overloading. Like overloading and overriding both are different things. Overloading is when the method names are same but different type with different in arguments, but we have the same number of arguments and with same data type, and we have the same method name, then we call it as a overriding. And in overriding we use a late binding uh, or runtime binding.
How we will achieve that?
What's it? Can you repeat?
How we will achieve that late binding?
Actually, we can achieve that by override a method, but we can do it. The compiler or the whatever the machine we are using with that automatic.
How we will implement that in the code?
Okay. So for example, I made a interface and I declared a method in that interface, and with the same and I just implements this method in another class, because we can't make a object of this class and interface. And in that class, in that implements class, we have to declare the same method with the same name and same parameters, and then we define the body. So it is called overriding, and in this way we can achieve the late binding.
And can I change the modifier of the method in the derived class?
Modifier. Yeah,
Access modifier.
yes, sir. We can change the access modifier, but the
So
method.
can I make a protected method as a public
Uh,
from the derived class?
Sir, actually, I haven't used this in the code, so I don't have proper knowledge about the access modifier.
Just assume like that. How many type of access specifier in Java?
Access specifier is private and public,
And
another one is protected.
so if one of the method is protected in the interface, so can I make in the derived class as a public?
We can make a as no, sir. We can make the method in the drive. If sir, there are two access specifiers we use for class and we use for methods. If a class is protected, so we can use this class or extend this class or use this class methods inside the inherited in the class in which we are inheriting this class, but we can't use this in some is from somewhere else. Is if I want to access this class from the different package or somewhere, so we can't access it.
What is
But
anonymous class?
anonymous class. Sorry, sir, I haven't heard about it. Anonymous class.
Factory method? Factory
Sir,
method?
no, sir.
Factory method.
No, sir. Sorry, sir.
What is the collection types?
Collection types, sir. Actually, collection is defined in built-in libraries of Java, and these are the provide some advanced user-defined data types like linked list, maps, and array lists, and we have linked hash maps and more many more things.
So what is the difference between linked list and linked list?
Sir, what?
What is the difference between linked list and linked list? Two type of list in the Java collection. Simple
Sir,
list and linked list.
sir, I haven't heard about the two different types
And
of lists.
what is that difference between map and set?
Okay, sir. Sir, map is basically binds a key to a pair to a value. So it always stores values in the key value pair. Like I define a key and I give a value, so it will always bind both of them. But in set, I can do the key value insertion. Uh, it will take a simple one data type value and like integer or some other data type, and it will arrange them accordingly. Like we can, it is not allowed duplicates in the sets. Like if we want to insert a same value two times, so it will always store it only at once. And there are also unsorted and sorted sets. According to that, will arrange.
Okay, Manish.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Manish. So Manish, what is the late binding?
So late binding in sir Android, we sir initialize before the class, which we can initialize after we can create the variable and use it in the class.
And what is early binding?
Sir, I did not know, sir, about that, sir.
What is static in Java?
Yes, sir. A static keyword is used in Java to declare any variable to which we can not change the variable value in the class. We can define the static keyword to declare the permanent value. Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is singleton?
Singleton. Single, sir. I did not, sir, recall, sir, right now.
Okay. What is overloading?
Yes, sir. Overloading, we can declare it by same class name, and then we can use it in the class by when we calling it.
Now coming to the oops. So what is the encapsulation?
Encapsulation is a sir oops object, oops concept in which we can in we can bind the classes, sir. One class and one class extend the another class.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what is anonymous class?
No, sir, I did not, sir, know, sir, about that.
Okay. What is the collection types in Java?
Yes, sir. Collection type is a predefined, sir, methods provided by the sir Java, which we can use by our sir use. Like we can use collection method to ascending or descending circle. Ascending matlab some collection is used for we can create an array and we can arrange in ascending and descending, sir.
That is the sorting, like there is different type of collections like list,
Yes, sir.
linked list, hash map, map, compact map. So what is the, you know about that compact map? What is the difference between map and compact map?
No, sir. Compact map, sir. Sir, no, sir. I did not, sir, know about that.
And what is the difference between set and map?
No, sir. I did not, sir. No, sir. Map, sir. About, sir. But I, sir, no, sir. Collection dot sort is the, sir, method which we can use to array list. We can arrange, sir, in particular way.
Okay. And what is the factory method?
Factory method, sir, is used in the class. We can call it by object of that class, sir.
What is the basic feature of the factory method? We call that factory method.
But I can, sir, not used in many, sir, times, sir. So I did not, sir, uh, explain, sir, this, sir.
Okay. Okay. And what is the class type in Java?
Sir, class type, we can say, sir, that, sir, we can create class is like a real world object. Like we can create a class like driving. So we can implement the what driving in which we can create methods and object. We can create variable and method and objects. And then we can define the what is a driving class can do. So we can say that class is a collection of a particular we can want to do that task, sir.
Okay. And what is the keywords in Java?
Keyword, sir, keyword like, sir, a static keyword, final keyword. This is the, sir, keyword which I use, sir.
Why we use final keyword?
Sir, final keyword, I explained, sir, that, sir, this is when we create a final in any variable which we declare the final, what I declare the value is final for that.
Okay. And how to declare constants in Java?
Constant. Constant. Constant, sir, static by static keyword, sir.
And
We can
how we will declare the shared variable?
Shared variable. So shared variable we can use it. Sir, I did not, sir, know, sir, that, sir, shared variable.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Manish.
Okay. Thank you.
So, Tarun, I done from my side. Okay.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Rajendra. So thank you everyone for participating. So we will take the review from Mr. Rajendra after this call is done. Now, I believe all of you were invited to the video reflection and observation process. For an innovation company, just looking at your technical knowledge alone is not enough for us. We would like to understand your personality. So for those of you who did not join the observation, that itself is a red flag for your application. In case you want to start the observation process, you can go back to the WhatsApp group and complete the round 3 and observation as soon as possible. So we will take a combination of the inputs which Mr. Rajendra gave, as well as the behavioral inputs which we can get through the observation process towards the final decision, right? So you can go back to the messages and try to complete the observation process in case you've not started the observation process already. And yeah, the ones who are already in the observation process, you can actually combine all your learnings from today's interview, both the questions that you were asked as well as what others were asked, and our team will help you improve upon whatever learnings you have from this interview. So that's it from for 4 of you. You can drop off the link.
One